Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? You guys doing good too? I'm doing good too. Let's get into today's video session. Here we go. Just after this. Capcom vs. Material. I keep my stage on the Nintendo GameCube. Latest Tomo Capcom's game is still one of the best versions of this game. Only can be played on the Nintendo GameCube. Let's go, Kuma! This is the very powerful Kumayon, guy called Shin Kuma. That's where this music's from. It's from that stage, yeah. Cool. Welcome back on my video session once again. In my previous two videos, the first one was focused on the Panasonic Q games console, the actual system itself. That is the most amazing games console. Okay, a lot of people don't tell you properly what's this whole it's all about, because it's not understandable if you just say it's the most gaming console of all time. I mean, you gotta understand further more into this thing really. Now I have told you the actual design, features, and multimedia, and all the front and back, the way the system look. Yeah, it's the most amazing games console in terms of that. Then in my second video, I even told you they added a Nintendo GameCube. Did they really add a Nintendo GameCube in there? Panasonic did? That's a mystery, isn't it, really? We need to figure that one out. Now, we know that this system had the DVD playback from Panasonic and Nintendo GameCube from Nintendo NX. Nintendo GameCube itself, if we just look at the games console itself, it's the most amazing games console as well. Yeah, because I proved it by showing you the games on there. I mean, you wouldn't even get most majority of these games on Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U, not even Nintendo Switch. How disappointing is that? So that still makes the Nintendo GameCube the most amazing games console, yeah? So, as I said, both sides from Panasonic and Nintendo are amazing. Yeah. The multimedia technology and gaming technology is both really amazing. We need to dive more into this whole process because it doesn't just end there. How did this whole idea start? Because I remember Panasonic releasing a thing called Panasonic 3D as well. Do you remember that? The Panasonic 3D 32-bit multiplayer gaming system. Was that really a Panasonic system? That's the thing I want to know. Because when you look at the box, it says a big name on the top of the box, Panasonic on there, doesn't it? Who the heck is 3DO? It's a US company. Yeah. And this technology was theirs. Panasonic just manufactured the system, man. Yeah, he just manufactured the system. It wasn't nothing to do with Panasonic. The system was really. And if you look at the box at Panasonic, even when you look at the back of the box, it says made in Japan. Why? Because it was manufactured by Panasonic. That's why it said made in Japan on there. It's obvious. If someone's gonna go and manufacture it for you, it's gonna say their country name. Can you see? Now even this technology was from US, but the system comes out to be made in Japan. You see, the person, actually not a person, a company who manufactures the system, their country name gets tagged back of the box. Can you see how this thing works? Even this wasn't even a Japanese system. It wasn't even Japanese technology. No, it was a US technology. Now you understand what was going on in this. And the whole of the idea of the Panasonic video was coming from the video company. They don't know what the heck they were doing, and they messed it all up. So the mess up will be from video company, not Panasonic. Panasonic kept on going on with it, carrying on, carrying on, carrying on. It was the last system that kept on carrying on for quite a few years, because the other brands that took part in this games console, they fled really quickly. They flopped really quickly. Now let's get back to the Panasonic Nintendo thing. Right, let's get to the starting point first of all. Originally, Nintendo released a thing called Nintendo GameCube. Yeah, that was released back in September 2001. Okay. Now, if we look at this system quickly, you have never seen a design like this before. Cube-shaped, very portable. I mean, if we look at all games console designs, they're not supposed to look like that, you see. Nintendo should have followed his previous console designs. Yeah. If you look at Nintendo NES, then Super Nintendo, they were proper console designs, weren't they? Of Nintendo NES was more like, it's like one of the olden type VCR type of design. It was really, really cool, the design. I still like that design a lot. And then there is a Super Nintendo which actually looks like a professional games console design. A really, really good design in its own right. Okay, then after that, they released another one called the N64, Nintendo 64. That design again is quite nice. It's probably one of the best design that Nintendo ever released when we look at, professionally made games consoles from NES, Super Nintendo, N64. The N64 had one of the best designs when we look at cartridge-based systems. But the problem with this one was it was cube-shaped. The cubic thing that you keep on turning around. They got the design from that. I don't think you should really release a cube-shaped games console, really, because we're not into like some kind of cube or square-shaped games consoles, really, innit? I mean, this is the first of its problems. Okay? Because I don't think a lot of people like the cube-shaped design of it. Okay? The cube-shaped design is a big problem here. Okay? Now, if the system was really portable, the next problem it came with was the actual drive. The drive in there, it was small. It was small. Now, this drive was accepting 8 centimeter discs. Yeah, 8 centimeter discs. It's not the normal discs, is it really? Now, these 8 centimeter discs cannot hold that much kind of data. When we talk about data, but the problem with these gamers are they're being ridiculous. Now, if there's less data, you're not gonna get really long hours of gameplay on this system, you see. That's what's going on here. Yeah, you get all the cutscenes, everything, what a normal disc will do. But the long hour gameplay will not take place. There's one thing I can't stand about gamers. They're really ridiculous. They kept on looking at the design of the system. Yeah? What is the design got to do with the games console? Really? What's that got to do with gaming? Now, a design in its own right was just portable, yeah? You don't have to just ignore it because of the design. Now, they kept on looking at the design, they don't like it. And that's why a lot of these customers didn't want to buy it. Seriously, design has got nothing to do with gaming. Has it? Has it? So basically, you got a design which you don't like, so the games are they're gonna be awful on it. No. What's important in in this system was the internal hardware was quite powerful. It's very good. It's extremely powerful. The internal hardware in this system was. Now, because of the design it had, the hardware was ignored. The games were ignored. But why? Why is that got to do with it? Then they start making things up like the discs, right, has less data, so it's not going to give us a bigger long gameplay of hours. What is this nonsense? It's really stupid, isn't it? What was going on? Now, Nintendo started thinking more weird things about this. He didn't even look at this concept of the design, yeah, and the drive, because the customers were looking at the design and the disc size. That's what was causing the problem. You know what Nintendo started doing? Rather ignoring these two things, you start looking at the Sony Microsoft system, yeah? But you know what was in them? DVD playback. A DVD playback. And then Nintendo considered that if we put a DVD playback, the system will do better. If the if they didn't like even the start of the idea, which was the design, shouldn't you quickly scrap the system? I don't mean scrapping the GameCube totally. While he was there, he would quickly should have released another GameCube, a bigger size one. Yeah, where it could have accepted normal 12 centimeter CDs or discs, whatever you want to call it. He should have done that. Well, he didn't do that, did it? This is where the company was acting even more stupid. Yeah, obviously this video is focused on the most amazing, but we need to see what the heck was going at the start. So here, now, obviously Nintendo GameCube cannot have a normal DVD disc in there because it's not even 12 centimeter drive. there's not much space in there, so you're not gonna be able to put that in there. So what Nintendo did, he would thought of a company. The company thought of was Panasonic. Panasonic. Just after this. Panasonic. What is going on? Why were people going after Panasonic, man? First 3DO, then Nintendo. I'll tell you why. Cool. Nintendo thought of a company called Panasonic. This gets even worse. It does. Keep on listening to this. Now, the Nintendo GameCube price was at £129 something 99. I think we remember on the market. Then it went down to $79.99. $79.99. Okay? It went really, really cheap. The actual system. Really. Then he went to Panasonic and he went to the company and it said to the company and said that we are looking to make a Nintendo GameCube, but what it is here, we want you to include the DVD playback. Yeah, this is what it was all about. And this is it. The Panasonic Q came in its place. Now this system was released in December 2001. Okay? Now Nintendo just asked for a DVD playback. Did Panasonic do that properly? But if we look at this system, which I've been talking about so many times, and you've seen the actual design, the features, functionality, multimedia, whatever was in there was tremendous. Okay? But we weren't looking for all that, were we? First of all, the way Panasonic made the system, it was too much. It's far too much. Now understand this, Panasonic is the world's largest electronic company, like the other ones. That's why a lot of these gaming companies or electronic companies will go to Panasonic. Panasonic is a very, very good company to select. I would totally agree with that. Now, if Panasonic wanted to release this system, yeah, which he wanted this system to be the most amazing, and it was what he did. Okay, keep on listening. Releasing this most amazing games console caused problems. It caused problems. Because if Panasonic wanted to make it like that, shouldn't he ask Nintendo, is it okay if I add all of these things? I'm sure Panasonic didn't do that. What he did, he took the concept of the DVD playback and he go and makes this system. And he probably doesn't tell the company anything what he's going to do with it. Because what he needs to, the company should have said, like if we go to release, the way they released it, if we release this system, the price will rise dramatically. And he should tell what the price is to Nintendo. And Nintendo needs to look into that price tag. Because at that time, I think the system was around about almost like £129, something 99 pence, something like that. Because if the original Nintendo GameCube is £129, why would somebody buy a Panasonic Q for £499.99? Think about that logically. Why would they do that? That's too cheap. That's far too cheap. The original concept of Nintendo GameCube was that when Nintendo released it for £129, it was a gaming system. But a lot of people already had DVD players anyway. Why was Nintendo even thinking that I should include a DVD playback in there? Who really even needs one? I don't think that's right. Because if he originally released it like that, he should have left it like that. He should have left it like that. Okay, now I'm gonna take this further. If Panasonic Q games console was £499.99, okay, he want to release that. They should have made like developed around by just 5,000 units and see how well they were selling these 5,000 units. They should have looked at this concept in 1 month. You don't have to keep looking at it for long. You know, that's what I don't like about these companies. They keep the system on the market for so long, and they keep on trying hard and trying to sell it. Oh my God, you don't do that. If I was Panasonic, right? Honestly, I would have made 5,000 units, right, for £490.99 and see if it sells. And if people don't want it, they just scrap it quickly. Then what should they do about that? Then what was going on here? Because the concept was about DVD playback. Now I think the Panasonic Q, right? If the 5,000 units weren't doing well, they quickly should have released another unit, yeah, with the same silver color again. And the LED light they had the original Nintendo GameCube, they should have kept that at the top. Again, yeah, they should have kept that. Adding the DVD and audio CD playbacks, yeah, put all that in there. And you know the way the 4 controller ports are. Just blue LED lights here. That's it. And don't do anything else. And at the back of the system, just put a DTS. DTS output. That's it. So you can connect it to, your television receivers. So you can get that amazing cinema sound out of it. That's what you're only supposed to be doing. They should release another unit like that. And then that would put the price tag pretty low. Yeah, it would have put it pretty low. Doing that would have helped the system greatly. Now, we would have had we would still had an amazing system from Panasonic and Nintendo, because, you know why? Because it would have been amazing. Because, like, if we had silver color, yeah, 2 handles, the LED light, which we normally had, and then, the 4 controller ports with blue LED light, it will still have been amazing to any other console we've seen before, because they didn't have all that, did they? They still could have done that. They could still kept all that. And let's put a DTS at the back. And the digital was that AVL. That's it. And this system would have done well. And how much price tag should have been? I think it should have been between like 150 something to £200. Something like that. Between that price. Because we know the original machine was £129, 99 pence, whatever it was, yeah? It was at that price. So we need to keep it minimum from like 129, like from £200. We need to keep it at that price tag. We can't go too expensive. It would have sold, trust me. It would have sold. And I think as they were doing that, they should have released some game bundle as well with it. Like, they could have done a game bundle like a F-Zero GX1. and maybe a Super Mario Sunshine pack, something like that. They could have done something like that. If these games were out that time, I don't know if they were out at that time. I'm not sure about that. Whatever game was out at that time, they could have bundled one of their Nintendo GameCube exclusive titles. It needs to be a Nintendo one, I would say. If they could have bundled it, but if they did that, the price would have risen even bit higher though. If they did do that, I think that would have helped it. We already know the Panasonic Q is the most amazing. Nintendo GameCube is the most amazing. These are two different machines, aren't they now? These are two different machines that we're talking about. We're talking about Panasonic Q Multimedia. We talk about Nintendo GameCube, the most amazing games console as well. So there's two most amazing things to this system. Now let's understand this very, very clear. Now we know what was going on. Nintendo GameCube itself is the most amazing games console. Okay, it just is. All right, the games it released, they were one of the finest video games you'll ever buy for your money. I'll be honest with you. Still, even Nintendo Switch is not at that level. If I tell you one thing, the games it owned, we've seen the videos on it. You won't find anything like that on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch is just trying to make different kind of games. They're just not worth it. They're just boring. Because when we look at the Nintendo GameCube library of games, these games should have been on the Nintendo Switch. They should have been on there. No, not going to release something different. No, that's wrong. That's completely wrong. That's absolutely wrong what they were doing. You need to release what the Nintendo GameCube was offering. Because I own 12 of Nintendo GameCube games that I always show to you. Yeah. If I make something clear, if we look at some of these library games, just hold on, yeah? I wish I had more than I could have shown more of them. Okay, come back. Yeah, what I was saying that these are the games that they should be releasing. We're now asking for them titles to be released. These were massive titles that always been on previous other consoles, but the Nintendo GameCube showed its true power and released some of these unique games. The first one I'm going to show you is Bleach GC. Look, why isn't there even a Bleach game on there? Come on. The Bleach game, what we always talk about, is a 3D fighting game, yeah? You can't be without a Bleach game, really, innit? Because, like, we know Bleach from the manga episodes, and it's a very unique game to have on the system, yeah? That one should have been on there, okay? Burrito Extreme. This has been a very popular game since the Bloody Roar 1. But why haven't they even thought about releasing this? I did hear some information about Bloody Roar coming to Nintendo Switch. We heard about it, then it went quiet. Don't know what happened. Now there's no information on it. It's just gone they've gone so quiet about it. This is quite disappointing to me, to be honest. I mean, they should have released something like this, but it's still on just Nintendo GameCube. Quite disappointing. Okay. Still, they need something like that as well. This is Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, which you can use the game controller and the bongos. By far, Donkey Kong Jungle Beat is one of the best platforming Donkey Kong game ever made. And using the bongos is the greatest gaming experience you'll get in a Donkey Kong game. You're not gonna get a better game than this, yeah? So why is that missing 2? That's not on there. A lot of people will ask for this one. Nintendo Sega One F-Zero GX. Why isn't this game even released? What is going on, man? This has got the stunning graphics, the fastest gameplay in a racing game. I still think this is one of the greatest racing games ever developed. These games are so unique on the GameCube. They still stay on this machine. What's up with you, Nintendo? Okay. Now, I will ask this one because this is pretty important as well. I have 2 of these games. The Naruto Ninja Turtles 3. And then Naruto Ninja Turtles 4. This is a Nintendo GameCube exclusive, okay? The Naruto Ninja Turtles games. This is one of the best Naruto 3D fighting game you'll ever find. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna get a better fighting game than this Naruto game. If you don't believe me, go and look for one. You ain't gonna find one. Since they released this game on Nintendo GameCube, I have never seen a Naruto game good as this one. You ain't gonna get one. I'm telling you. We still got it in 2022. They've been releasing all 4 games since the year 2020 to 2022. Have you seen all the lineup of games from Nintendo Switch? And all the other brands as well. All of them. They're terrible. Like Nintendo Switch, Sony PS5, and Microsoft Xbox Series X. What have they been doing? Now, out of these 3, Nintendo Switch has been releasing the best games. But still, Nintendo Switch hasn't been releasing anything like the Nintendo GameCube, have they? Not really. So, yeah, there you go. This one is One Piece Grand Battle of Ray. This was actually exclusive to Nintendo GameCube as well, actually. It's a great one-player multiplayer game, I'm telling you. It's just funny, man. They're not releasing these manga experiences. What is going on? I mean, to me, it's just getting really boring, isn't it? Why do people buy this gaming machine? Seriously? I don't know. Do people even know about these games anymore? It seems like they forgot about them. Yeah. I'm reminding you about these games, alright? That there was these kind of games on the GameCube that were released, man. These games are so impressive, honestly, man. You play these games, I'm showing you. You're gonna think they're really good. I'm not joking. If you play these games yourself, forget about me showing you them. I went for Nintendo GameCube's best selection games, and I bought these. I'll be buying more than this, don't worry. The collection is gonna go bigger than this. A lot of people don't understand this because of the games they release on this system. They're really important, man. This one's Namco's R-Racing Evolution. Do you know what R-Racing Evolution is? It's a Ridge Racer game. It's a Ridge Racer. How many Ridge Racer games do we know? Releasing after this? Hardly nothing really. The number series cannot touch R-Racing Evolution. No way. The only one I could see which is any good was Ridge Racer Type 4. I think that's about it really on the number games. We don't talk about the previous Ridge Racer games. They're too old on there. They're too old. Then there is 5, 6, 7, 9, man. Then they didn't cut the mustard, man. They were no good. Were they really? I don't know what the heck was going on with these Ridge Racer games. They're no good, man. And then we had this, what, Ridge Racers. Yeah, Ridge Racers. Remember that? There were 2 games on that. That game was quite good. But the problem in that game, they, it wasn't totally original, was it? Because Ridge Racer Type 4 was original. But Ridge Racers was taking cars and tracks from old games. And the music tracks, he was doing that. He wasn't totally original from start to the end. Even it was a good game, but it wasn't totally original. I remember there was another one called Ridge Racer 64 on the N64 or something, yeah. That one is quite good, actually, I think. I quite like that because I like the look of the graphics of the game. Forget the hyper graphics, forget all that. It looked really, really nice, I think, to me. I mean, the graphics look really, really nice, and the gameplay was smooth. Smooth, man. For 64-bit graphics, it's quite nice, actually. I think it, in a way, it could be one of my favorite Ridge Racer games. I mean, it's quite good. I mean, there was Ridge Racer Type 4 and Ridge 64. I mean, yeah, they were quite good, actually. The Ridge Racer 64 was original. He wasn't copying any of the, tracks and cars and music. No, no, no. He wasn't doing that. He was totally original. The originality counts here because, like, Racing Evolution, it's original. It's totally original. Oh, no, no. It's not copied from anything. Racing Evolution has my votes as being the greatest arcade Ridge Racer game ever developed. Okay, I'm not going to go through too much on that, but if you're looking for the best Ridge Racer game, Racing Evolution on Nintendo GameCube, get it. It's good. Okay, we've had a few of these. I'm not going to go too much into this. Smash Bros. DX. It's Super Smash Bros. Melee, whatever you want to call it, yeah. This is the only game from this collection that Nintendo Switch owns. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That's what they call it on the Nintendo Switch. That's the only game that, they have. Now, originally, the adventure mode in Super Smash Bros. Melee was on the Nintendo GameCube. And I feel that this adventure mode is one of the best. Yeah, it's one of the best and it's the most challenging. And it's not easy to play. You're not just gonna go start and you're gonna just finish it off so quickly. No, no, no. If you don't know how to play this, you're gonna find it hard. It's quite difficult. It's challenging, and I think it was one of the best adventure mode. I don't think the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate adventure mode is one of the best. I don't think it is. That game is just based on DLC content, and that's why it kept on becoming popular and popular, just because of the DLC content. But when we look at the arcade versus adventure mode, Super Smash Bros. Melee would be the best game for that, definitely. Sonic Teams, Sonic Mega Collection. This game, right, is based on the Sega Mega Drive games. It's got 7 games in there, look. Look, 7 games. Okay? It's got 7 games in there. Every single game in this is quite interesting. And you have to unlock and all that kind of stuff. It's quite difficult, okay, to lock some of these games in this. I think it's out of the 7 games you're locking. Something like that. Sonic Team's been making really terrible games. I mean, after the Nintendo GameCube, when there is Shadow the Hedgehog, they've been releasing terrible games. Okay, and they couldn't just release anything decent, to be honest. I'm being honest about that. They just no good. Okay, so yeah. Okay, the next one is Namco's Soul Calibur 2. I still think this is still one of the best Soul Calibur games. You're not gonna find anything interesting in the new Soul Calibur games. Okay, you're looking for something really impressive. You need to get Soul Calibur 2 on Nintendo GameCube. It's worth it, man. I mean, rather just wasting money on Soul Calibur games, don't keep on buying them because you're gonna tend to just hate them. I'm just being honest, because like this game's got everything. Whatever them games got is all in this game. And what the bonus is, we got Link, his stage, and music in it. Yeah, you can't beat that. And the final game in my collection, I have World Soccer Winning 11-6 Final Evolution. I seriously wouldn't buy too many football games. Yeah, because football games are not worth it. Yeah, you're just wasting a lot of money on them. Yeah, because you keep on just buying them, buying them, buying them. And then what happens? You just get the same thing again out of it. Probably the same players, teams. I don't know how many versions you'll have the same teams and sorry, yeah, same players and teams in them. And then they added some new modes, which I don't find useful at all. What they do in football games, I find them quite boring, man. The only thing I like in football game is just the arcade versus and practice modes, and this is where this game shines. I mean, it's got everything in there that it makes you keep this football game. I mean, I think if you buy this game, yeah, you will know how good this game really is on the Nintendo Game. It's really, really good on it. There's no point keep on buying more and more of these football games. You're just wasting a lot of money, man. So I do actually say that. I mean, that's important. Now, this is telling you the Nintendo GameCube is the most amazing games console. I mean, like looking at these 12 games, yeah, you won't find anything like that on the Nintendo Switch. Even the Sony PS5 and Microsoft Xbox Series X. You won't get anything like that on that as well. What's the point keep on releasing more powerful hardware if you're not going to improve on the games? You know what? You're just going to buy them. Then you're just going to put them in the corner. Then what's going to happen? So you just wasted so much money on the systems. Then every game you're going to buy on there, you're just going to hate them. This is really, really important because when we buy a system, we tend to like them if they got good games on them, yeah? Nintendo GameCube is I think the ultimate system, yeah, which has very, very good games. Yeah, I think it's a very important for the gaming industry, this system is. It just really is. Because if you put this system again and start showing someone with these games to the public once again, they're gonna go, wow, was the Nintendo GameCube really that good? Because some people probably don't remember it anymore. There's so much games on this system, I'm telling you, there's quite on there. I'm not gonna keep on talking about it all day about this. This is some of the unique titles that should appear on Nintendo Switch. These ones should have come on there. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. These ones should have quite. I think every single one of these should have came on there. Yeah, they should have come on there. There's quite other third-party exclusives. I mean, I just mentioned few from Namco, Racing Evolution, Soul Calibur 2. These are very, very good ones, man. Yeah, and they still haven't got these games anyway. All these three systems, they still haven't got them. If I can remember some of the third-party games, yeah. Let me think. Yeah, Extreme G3. There was that one. Uh, if I can remember any other one. Hold on. Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil. No, even Resident Evil 0. You gotta look at these third-party games. They're really, really good, man. Where are all these games? Where are they? Where they gone? None of these are released. This is terrible. I mean, if I can think any more of the titles, yeah, I mean, we already mentioned quite a few fighting games. I'm just thinking something different to fighting games, yeah? Something really, really different. Yeah, we should talk about some of the shooters, yeah. We still ain't got a Metroid Prime game, have we? Yeah, we still ain't got one of them. I mean, Nintendo GameCube has some amazing shooters, man. You know, like Chaos Field, Ikuruga, Radigi, Star Soldier, Metroid Prime, Metro Prime 2, Echo. Wow, look at this flipping list of shooters. How many more do you want? I mean, it's just incredible. What quality shooters do them three systems have? Come on. What do they have? No, I can't see anything on there. It's just completely ridiculous. And how the people quickly buy these three systems, right? Just because of the hardware, yeah? But do they have any games? No, they don't. Now, I have concluded that that definitely Panasonic Q games console is the most games console for multimedia and for Nintendo game. It definitely is. And then when we look, okay, so now we know it's called multimedia and GameCube, and it has an add-on called a Panasonic Q Game Boy Player as well. Okay, it also has that. That is the most amazing part as well of this system, because if we look at the Nintendo handheld systems that they produced, wow, the first three systems, they are Nintendo's best handhelds ever made. Which handhelds we talking about? Nintendo Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy Color, Nintendo Game Boy Advance. Alright? They kept on going better and better, innit? They did. Nintendo Game Boy Advance as being the best one out of these three. The Panasonic Q Game Boy plays all three of them. You could play three formats on this Game Boy player from the Game Boy systems, three Game Boy systems. Now, when Nintendo DS came out, this is where it started going down. It started going down. Then they go on with Nintendo 3DS. Little bit better Nintendo 3DS is than the Nintendo DS. Then they go on with the Nintendo Switch. We're talking about handhelds here, okay? Because Nintendo Switch is most is a handheld, isn't it really? Now, when we look at the DS, 3DS, Switch as handhelds, they're not very interesting, even for handhelds. They're not. By far, the Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP, in design-wise, even the beautiful screen it had, and the sound quality, it was amazing, man. It was amazing. And the games it had, they were even amazing. Nobody can touch the Nintendo Game Advance. We are going to be making a video on Nintendo, the Game Boy, three systems. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. You're going to see the real power of the Nintendo Game Advance. You're going to see that. Okay, we're going to be showing some video on, I will try to show you some Nintendo Game Advance videos. That will be in our next video. All right, this is going to be quite interesting. Now, this is so interesting. It's just amazing, isn't it? I don't know why I'm keeping using the word amazing. This is incredible. Now, when we look at this Panasonic Q, nobody has explained it this way. The Panasonic Q is really amazing. It is really, really amazing games console. Now check this out. Panasonic multimedia technology. The most amazing Nintendo GameCube. The most amazing Game Boy Color. And yeah, the most amazing thing is Nintendo Game Advance. Everything in this system is the most amazing. It's amazing, isn't it? I said again, amazing. That's just crazy. Okay, now looking at these three concepts of amazing: multimedia from Panasonic, GameCube, Game Boy Color, Game Advance from Nintendo. Wow, this is crazy, isn't it? But you have to understand one thing. You know, lots of money to buy this thing, you know. If you really want Panasonic features and multimedia and Nintendo GameCube exclusives, you need to spend around £1,500 for this first process. But if you want to add the Panasonic Q Game Boy player on it, which goes underneath the system of the Panasonic Q games console, then you will need to spend another £1,500 more. Oh man, if we're looking at this games console and the Game Boy player, you are looking around £3,000. £3,000, man. Okay, £3,000 you have to spend for this whole package. It is a lot of money. I do say that. I mean, so if you guys out there want to buy this thing, the Panasonic Q games console, the Panasonic Q Game Boy player, you will need to spend £3,000. Okay. There is a other alternative. What happens sometimes, if you're lucky enough to find it, you can get the Panasonic Q games console and Panasonic Q Game Boy player. That can cost you for around about £2,500 or £2,500, whatever the way you like it. It can cost you about that much, and you were able to save £500. Yeah, if you brought it like together, because what some sellers do, they sell it as a package. Some sellers will sell both the systems fully boxed. If you're lucky, yeah, it'll be still the same price, around about 2,500, yeah, 2,500. And yeah, I mean, if you want to do that, you will able to do that. So if you're looking to buy this most amazing games console, yeah, the full package, I would buy the full package if I was you. I would. I mean, if you have the money to spend for this system, I would buy the whole package. Yeah, the Panasonic Q games console and the Panasonic Q Game Boy player. You know what? If you bought this full package, you have the most amazing games console ever made. I'm telling you, it's epic. This system is. If you bought this full package, you will never ever need to buy another games console. I'm telling you. So buy this full package and experience the real power from Panasonic and Nintendo. Man, I'm so amazed. They released this system, man. It's just really, really good. I think thanks to Nintendo, you know, just bring the concept of DVD playback to Panasonic. And then Panasonic gonna release this incredible, most amazing games console ever made. I mean, there you have it. I mean, I hope this has given you a lot of knowledge and the information you was looking for. How this system becomes the most amazing games console. Now you know how it is. So there you have it. Give your likes, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.